At the National Science Week exhibition, the president criticized taxing innovators, expressing a lack of awareness from innovators themselves. This gap in communication highlights the need for a national startup policy currently in development through the collaboration between the Private Sector Foundation Uganda and the Mastercard Foundation. This is set to address the constraints in Uganda's startup ecosystem, with a policy aiming to be a catalyst for innovation, economic growth, and the job creation coordinated under the National Technical Working Group on Startup Policy established by the Ministry of Trade, Industry, and Cooperatives.
Become a policy through a cabinet resolution or approval, and this was again informed by what we call a regulatory impact assessment. This assessment was undertaken because we know we have a lot of laws in this country. We have laws, we have policies around MSMEs, we have something around innovation, but we wanted to see, are there unique challenges, are there unique problems to startups, things around low innovation and unsustained growth, financing, that do not necessarily, are not being addressed by the current regulatory environment or the laws that we have in place. And so this policy is coming to precisely address those challenges, to really open up opportunities so that we are seeing more sustained growth, we are seeing more startups, but the kind of startups that attract financing, create a lot of work opportunities, but also become those what they're calling unicorns, become together the technical working group on the startup policy to have a draft out by, say, end of this year. And if we continue receiving the support we've been receiving with the ecosystem partners, with the development actors, we hope to have this policy adopted in the course of next year.
Revenue and support in so many areas. So we do appreciate the President's pronouncement to support startups. It's true because a number of them take even up to 10 years to break even. You can find a startup that is employing 2,000 people when they have not even broken even, but they are still proving a concept. So it is important to have a good incentive regime that supports them as they move along this journey of growing enterprises from one level to the other. And as an institution, as Private Sector Foundation, Trade, Industry, and Cooperative, and Cabinet Secretariat, that we managed to work on to develop a regulatory impact assessment that has now guided us to develop a policy. So we are on the journey of developing the first ever national startup policy for Uganda. On African continent, we are not looking very well because a number of our peers in the region, Kenya, Rwanda, even DRC, South Africa, also have these policies and laws in place, and these have contributed a lot to attracting capital to the entrepreneurs.
Despite Uganda's current rank of the 119th out of 132 countries in the Global Innovation Index, experts foresee a transformative shift with the impending national startup policy. Envisioned as a comprehensive framework, this policy is expected to lay out strategies, regulations, and support mechanisms crucial for fostering startup growth. By addressing challenges and bottlenecks faced by startups, the policy aims to be a catalyst to enhance synergies between the development partners, government, and the startup themselves.
Indices, they are looking at so many things that lead to innovation. It could just itself be on the level of product development and maybe the speed to that. It could be on a level of adaptation of those products. We know that Uganda is not in deficit of ideas or products or innovations, but the level of adoption, the level of impact, the level of influence is what determines that. So the fact that we do not yet have a fully supported ecosystem, that itself limits level of innovation. For example, right now it is being driven by private actors like innovation hubs, like individuals, so with less of government support. But maybe policies coming into place.
As Uganda anticipates the unveiling of the national startup policy, a new era in entrepreneurship is on the horizon. The collaborative initiatives of PSFU and the Mastercard Foundation signal a strategic leap towards fostering innovation, economic growth, and job creation. Stay tuned for the transformative impact set to shape a vibrant future for Uganda's burgeoning startup ecosystem.